Shalom Aleichem Nala viewers. We continue with our Shu'urim on Ala Tshuva of Yosef Dov Halevi Soloveitchik Zatzal's lectures about repentance as we prepare for the high holiday season. And our shir is dedicated to the memory of Bachalei Bas Reb Chaim Tzvi Oleh Shalom. This particular shir in the book Ala Tshuva, which is a collection of the Rav's lectures on Tshuva, begins on page 149. Now, at the beginning of this particular lecture, the Rav explained that the concept of vidui, of confession, of pronouncing the words in which the sinner who is repenting states clearly the sin which he did, or he or she did, the fact that he or she regrets it and makes a commitment not to repeat it, and then asks the Ribono Shel Olam for forgiveness and for atonement. This process of enunciating the words which express the mental, psychological process of repentance and tshuva actually functions in a double way. First of all, the vidui, this statement which we make, is the culmination of the tshuva. It's the expression of what the person has thought and experienced. Halacha states in various places in the Torah law that dvarim shebelev einam dvarim. Thinking per se has no significance. If I think that my field is sold to you, it is not sold. I have to make an action which is clearly visible to people who see that action of the sale. If I think I want to marry a woman and she thinks she wants to marry me, we're not married. We have to do an action. Dvarim shebelev einam dvarim. Thinking per se has no halachic significance. In the same way, the process of tshuva, of changing and returning and making a new commitment to keep the Torah and to be close to the Ribono Shel Olam, even if it's the most sincere thoughts, has no halachic significance. Thoughts come and go, and rarely does the halacha accept thinking per se as having validity. There are fine thoughts, there are bad thoughts, and halacha doesn't consider people responsible so much for their thoughts. But what counts are actions. And words, sometimes they say words speak louder than deeds. Words are actions. Words have the validity of an act in halacha, many times. One says a word, and that word can become a halachically valid promise, a neder or a shavua, an oath. Words are very important. Words definitely have halachic significance. Good words, bad words. So therefore, the thinking which is involved in tshuva must turn into something real. And words are the realization, the reality of that thinking. And therefore the vidui, the confession statement, which the Baal Tshuva, the repentant sinner, states to the Ribono Shel Olam in his repentance, in his vidui, is the culmination, it's the realization, it concretizes and effectuates and validates the tshuva as being halachically significant. This is the first role of the vidui, to make the tshuva real. However, there is a second row. There's a very strange halacha which the Rambam paskins in Hilchos Tshuva, in Perik Beis Halacha Ches, in the second chapter, the eighth law. He says, according to Gemara Numa, Aveira she'izvad aleim b'yom kippurim zeh chozer u'mizvad aleim b'yom kippurim acher afal pishu emed b'tshuvasei. Sins which a person confessed about on this Yom Kippur, he should confess next Yom Kippur, even though he has never sinned between this Yom Kippur and the next. So if I have an old sin, which I did X number of years ago,